All right, welcome to another edition of State Champs Hockey Time. We're doing this remotely this week. I'm Jonathon Kidd along with Sean Baligian. Sean, how's it going today?
Tremendous, John. Really looking forward to chatting with you today, and of course looking forward to the Trenton Showcase. It is, what more needs to be said? It's one of the best events you're going to see in high school hockey. Even if there is a ton of snow coming, we'll find a way to get out to Trenton.
Normally we do our beanies, but since we're doing this remotely this week, we're going to save it for next week's show out in Trenton. So, Sean, I do have about 4 ready for you right off the bat for next week.
Yeah, boy, it's so nice. People, hitting us up on Twitter, letting us know that they've got it and where can they send it. I always throw everybody to John. Hey, this is John's baby anyway. I get the goods, but, this was John's idea, and we appreciate it. And it's great that, so many people are willing to do that and show off the fantastic gear that they have.
All of our State Champs programming is presented by Lawrence Technological University. To learn more about the LTU hockey team, recruit yourself at ltuathletics.com. And also, State Champs Hockey Time is presented by our friends at the Alta Equipment Company. And Sean, we're going to be out there next week. We'll talk more about it later in the show, but Alta Equipment, Scott, Sebastian, they're ready for us next week.
Yeah, really appreciate that, Scott and everybody out there. I mean, they do so much to help us out and in turn help the game out. I mean, all of our sponsors, Warrior, High Sticks, really appreciate everything that they do to help us spread the word of this great product going on in our backyard.
All right, let's get right into it. Let's recap what happened across high school hockey last week, and let's begin with the game last week between Canton and Ann Arbor Father Gabriel Richard. And Sean, Canton with a 7-4 victory.
This is a Canton team that I remember we talked about them earlier in the year. They've got some nice wins this year. They beat Birmingham, they beat Salem, they beat Heritage. Now they beat a very good team out of Ann Arbor. Tyler Husted leading the way. He's got 47 points, 23 goals, 47 points. So this is a darn good Canton team. Make no mistake about that.
All right, let's go to the Lakes Valley Conference for the game between Lakeland and South Lyon Unified. And South Lyon Unified, they're off to a great start this season, and they beat Lakeland 7-2.
Yeah, they've been on our radar for a couple of years. I know you and I have both been out there to see some games. You remember a couple of years ago they had that incredible top line. Last year, Scamera up front. This year, it's a young man by the name of Ryan Savigny, 19 goals, 38 points in only 11 games. How about Jacob Koth in the net? He's got a .215 goals against average and a .922 save percentage. So Coach McCreary and SLU, once again, a team to be reckoned with in Division II.
All right, let's go to the KLA from Wednesday night between Livonia Stevenson and Heartland. At the time, Heartland was our second-ranked team in the state. Heartland with a 3-1 victory, Sean.
Yeah, it was a tight game, no doubt about it. Heartland with an empty netter late in the game. I mean, you come to expect that from these two teams. They're two of the best in the KLA. They're two of the best in Division II. They're two of the best in the state. I mean, they're perennial top 10 teams. And on this night, it was Heartland's turn. Look, the reality is they may end up facing each other 4 times this year. So I think that's good news for hockey fans in the great state of Michigan, because when these two teams get together, it's always a good game. But give Heartland credit. I thought in particular, John, in the second period, they really started to invoke their will on the Spartans in the later portions of that second period, and that ended up being the difference of the game.
All right, we head out to Chelsea for the Public High School Showcase, and we had the game between Chelsea against Marquette. And Marquette, we've talked about Marquette being one of the top teams in Division II. They're on a roll right now, and they beat Chelsea 5-2.
Yeah, you know what? 3 wins out there in Chelsea. And, John, I say this again. I always appreciate when I hear from other coaches talking about other teams or other players. I'm not joking. I had 3 coaches over the weekend tell me how good Marquette is. So that makes me feel good because I've had them in the top 10 or in that general vicinity for a while now. But they are really getting it done. Jacob Garrow, 9 goals, 20 assists, 29 points. I'm really, really intrigued at taking a look-see with my own 2 eyes at Marquette coming up in Trenton. They got 2 intriguing matchups against OLSM and Catholic Central. So look out for the Redmen. They're going to be making noise in Division II.
Also at the showcase, we had the Capital City Capitals from the Lansing area taking on Livonia Churchill. Joe Ford, it's a great team this season. They beat Livonia Churchill 3-1.
Yeah, he's a great guy. His goaltender made 31 stops. Zach Diss, I believe, is his name. He's got a .56 goals against average, a .929 save percentage. Leo Clement leading the way up front with 10 goals amongst his 20 points. So that's a good win for Cap City. Churchill's a team that's been ranked, hasn't lost a lot this year. So for them to win that way against, one of the premier goaltenders in the state as well, big win for Cap City.
You want to talk quick about Gibraltar Carlson. They're my alma mater, class of 2000 for me. They still owe us a beanie, but they took on Rochester United, and they beat them 4-2 over the weekend.
And for a couple of reasons, John, I want to mention they're one of those schools that do a fantastic job with their social media game. They're always sending us stuff and letting us know what's going on. But you're absolutely right. They're putting together a nice season. Brett Witten leading the way. He's got 20 goals and 31 points. So, yes, props to Gibraltar Carlson, not only what they're doing in their social media game, but what they're doing on their on-ice game.
Like I said a little bit ago, they still owe us a beanie. I'm just saying, Gibraltar Carlson. Do I have to get in touch with the athletic director? I got some teachers I can get in contact with. Mr. Pehote, maybe they got to help us out getting us a beanie for. Maybe they might be down at Trenton this weekend watching, so they have to give us a hat.
All right, I'm all for it. That sounds good to me.
And we go to the MIHL for the matchup between Orchard Lake St. Mary's and Warren DLSL. DLSL, one of the top teams in Division III, shuts out Orchard Lake St. Mary's 2-0.
Yeah, they're just getting it done, John. We talk so much about DLS all year, rightfully so. Stabnik continues to lead the way up front. He's got 4 goals, 21 assists. Obviously, James Sigmund is one of the best defenders, one of the best players out there, and they are getting fantastic goaltending as well. And, again, Andrew Parmentier, how about this? A .04 goals against average, a .954 save percentage right now. So the Pilots getting it done both ends of the ice, and that's a good win against a very good OLSM team.
I think the best footage from that game was in the locker room after the game. The kids had the printed up picture of Sean Clark, because our little blooper on the show last week in his face, they printed it up already. So I think down the road, a shirt is going to be coming out soon of Sean's head and his reaction of the jersey falling off the set here last week.
Oh, I'm glad that the guys having fun with it. I mean, that's the most important thing. Go out there and have fun, and they're having a lot of fun right now out in Warren.
And lastly, we want to talk about the Mayor's Cup between Dearborn Unified and Dearborn Divine Child. Dearborn Unified beats DC for the first time in 8 years for the Mayor's Cup, 5-2 the final.
I got a chance to watch it, John. You guys did a tremendous job. Jeremy Otto, Mike Ivesil, you and Chuck, everybody putting things together. It looked like a great atmosphere. Hey, 6 straight now. For DU, I mentioned Nathan Holland before. He's got 23 goals, 49 points in only 14 games. Wayne Timon, he's got 17 goals, 41 points in 16 games. So some exciting things going on for DU. They've made some noise the last couple of years as well, so keep an eye on them.
And also, too, Wayne had to make sure he told me at the end of the game, he follows everything we do on Hockey Time. He loves the show. He compared our show to the NHL Network. And, he said he likes every single post on Instagram.
Oh, that's really cool. Thank you. Thank you for that, Wayne. I'm glad that we got a chance to give you some love, because you're getting it done on the ice as well, young man.
Yeah, his nickname is BMW, Big Money Wayne.
Sounds good to me. He's obviously getting it done. As I mentioned, 41 points, having a fine season.
All right, it's time now for our Coach's Corner, brought to you by our friends at the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. I'm joined today by the head coach at Dearborn Unified, Brian Dallas. Brian, welcome back to Hockey Time.
I appreciate it. It's good to be here. It's good to be able to finally get one of these under our belt.
All right, so you guys beat Dearborn Divine Child for the Mayor's Cup for the first time since 2014. Yeah. Just tell me how it feels.
It's phenomenal. It really is. And I'm so proud of our team, because we've got a good group of, great group of seniors, and we've got new guys coming in that are still learning, and they pulled together to figure out a way to get this thing done, and I couldn't be prouder of them.
And how special was it that State Champs was able to live stream this hockey game?
Oh, you guys are awesome. I told them in the locker room after the game, this is something they'll always have, and now they'll always have this because of State Champs as well. And, that just adds that much more to it. They were excited about it. And, we talk about what high school sports are about and being with your friends and lifelong memories and all of that. And you guys have enhanced that for us.
And how cool was it to see the fans here? It was a packed house, first time in a couple years. Last year was played probably in front of like 50 people because of COVID. Just tell the viewers how exciting the atmosphere was for this game.
Oh, it's awesome. And this game in Dearborn means a lot to, obviously, a lot of people. And, they're coming from all over. We had people here from South Lyon and people that came from out of state to visit their relatives and come to the game to make it a weekend. And to see all the people up there was really phenomenal. I know the kids were really excited about it. I'm sure Divine Child felt the same way. And, nothing but respect for them as well. The guys that coach that team, I coached before. And, I was there for 18 years. So it's a real, I don't know that I've fully come to emotional grips with what's been going on, but I couldn't be happier for our guys, and thank you again.
And just lastly, what this win will mean for you guys moving forward now for the rest of the season. Do you think this will be a big momentum heading in toward the playoffs in a few weeks?
I do. And the guys have come along so well during the course of the first half and now 2/3 basically of the season. And if we keep on pushing ourselves, and this will help because now they have that under their belt, one goal accomplished here. We keep on moving forward and we see what else we can do. And there's no pressure on us now. There's a lot of people that would, look at our team and say, these guys, they probably would be an easy mark, but not so much. We're going to be ready to play.
All right, well, thank you very much, Brian, for everything. Thank you for all you guys' support, you, AJ, Brad, everybody at Dearborn Unified. We really appreciate all you guys' support for Hockey Time over the years.
Yeah, you guys have been awesome, and really, truly appreciate your support. Thank you very much.
All right, so that was our Coaches Corner, brought to you by our friends at the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. State Champs Hockey Time is also brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association. Officials are needed, people. Become an official. Go to MHSA.com for details. Help wanted, just whistle.
I'm Elizabeth Kuhn, and Hockey Time is brought to you by the Detroit Medical Center's Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine team. We've got a whole new crop of game changers coming up in the new year, including some interesting quizzes packed with information you need to know. Head on over to dmc.org/gamechangers for more information.
All right, it's time now for our Warrior Hockey Player of the Year update. Sean, there's going to be no changes again to our top 10, and you want to profile Owen Penny from Livonia Stevenson.
Yeah, this is a young man that just keeps getting better and better. If you remember him last year as a sophomore, he was smaller last year. There's no other way to say it. He had a growth spurt. He had a growth spurt off and on the ice. John, you got a chance to see him Wednesday night. He's just a guy that's playing with a lot of confidence right now. Saw a ton of ice time. His conditioning is outstanding. He's one of those guys that he's making everybody else around him better as well. Distributing the puck. He's got 16 goals, 25 assists, 41 points in 18 games. And as a junior, providing some leadership for that Livonia Stevenson team that's looking to make its way back to USA Hockey Arena. So Owen Penny is a guy that, I talk about it a lot on the show. When other coaches are talking about you, you're doing something right. So Owen Penny, definitely a deserving spot on our list.
All right, you can cast your vote for Owen and the rest of the top 10 at our website at statechampsnetwork.com. And that was our Warrior Hockey Player of the Year update.
For more than 25 years, the greatest honor a Michigan high school student athlete can earn, the Detroit Athletic Club Foundation's High School Athlete of the Year. You're one of the tops in your sport. Prioritize education and giving back. like Cassius Winston, Megan Bobian, Rakia Jackson, and Aiden Hutchinson did. 6 male and 6 female nominees earn $1,000 of scholarship money, with $5,000 each to be awarded at an amazing red carpet gala in downtown Detroit in June. Nominations accepted through March 4th, but know this, you cannot be nominated if you don't apply. Download the application today at dacathleteoftheyear.com.
All right, it's time now for our Wall Award update, brought to you by your friends at Warrior Hockey. And Sean, there's going to be no changes to our top 10 this week. And this week, we're going to profile Ian Badgett from Howell. He just recently signed a Tier 2 contract with the Islanders club for the 2022-23 season.
Well, he's an outstanding goaltender. Again, you know, if you haven't seen Howell play, you get an opportunity this weekend. And I'm really intrigued in particular in that matchup against high-scoring University Liggett. Here's the thing about Ian Badgett. He plays so well, he gives Howell a chance every single night. If you take a look at Howell's schedule, this is a team that has been this close more times than you can shake a stick at. And a big reason for that is Ian Badgett. He's got a 2.49 goals against, a 9.46 save percentage. And John, to me, that's the ultimate compliment that you can give a goaltender, is he gives his team a shot every night. Now, we know that Howell's been able to take some runs in years gone by, and we'll never know how that 2020 Final Four would have been played out. But when you've got a goaltender the caliber of Ian Badgett back there, I think it speaks volume to how dangerous a team can be.
All right, you're going to see Howell at the MHL Showcase this weekend, so Rocky Johnson better bring the Howell beanie and give it to Sean this weekend. Maybe also, too, maybe he might get one of those, like, varsity jackets that Rocky likes to wear. Those are pretty cool, those varsity jackets that Rocky and the coaching staff wears.
They've got great gear. I mean, really, the Highlanders have great gear. I love that logo. I love the different combinations that they have. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing them play again. I've only seen them a couple times this year, so getting another opportunity. As I said, I really like that matchup against Liggett. So, yeah, it'll be fun to see those guys.
All right, you can cast your vote for Ian and the rest of the top 10 at our website at statechampsnetwork.com. And that was our Wall Award update, brought to you by our friends at Warrior Hockey.
I'm Elizabeth Kuhn, and State Champs Hockey Time is brought to you by High Sticks. Is your hockey team looking for new jerseys or apparel? The founders of High Sticks have a mission to design and create top-of-the-line jerseys for player comfort and style. Contact High Sticks at highsticks.com. They are ready to outfit your team in new jerseys and team apparel. Now we go back to Jonathan and Sean as they preview the week ahead in high school hockey.
All right, Sean, this weekend is the MHL Showcase out in Trenton. I heard from Alta Equipment Company that they might provide the wheelbarrow for all the beanies that you could be getting this weekend. So we already got some DMs already saying, like, they already packed the beanies up for their trip this weekend. But all jokes aside, it's going to be great down in Trenton. You know, we're going to get a lot of snow. You know, hopefully it doesn't cause any, scheduling issues, but great hockey that's going to be happening this weekend.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. John, I actually jotted down before we started doing this some of the games that I'm looking forward to. I mean, GPS and GRCC, get a chance to see the Cougars coming over. Salem and Dow, that's a Thursday night game. As I mentioned before, I think Marquette's got two really intriguing games, Catholic Central and Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Cranbrook Stevenson. Both the Gabriel Richard games are very intriguing. They've got Heartland and Stevenson. Port Huron Northern against TCC. You know, obviously one of the best goalies in the state against one of the best coaches in the state. And TCC's got another good team up there. Coach Givens, that's what he does. Brighton Houghton, can't wait for that one. Honestly, I can't wait for that one. Both of Mona Shores games. You know, I'm really intrigued to see Mona Shores. I've had them in the top 10 all year. I firmly believe that they have a chance to prove it to everybody. They're taking on Rice. It's always special to see Trenton in their home barn. You know, there's the Trojan Pit and everything. That's a great event. But GPS Calumet, DLS Powers, Liggett and Howell, that offense against Ian Badgett, DCD and Granville. There's so many games. I mean, just look at the schedule. There's something for everybody all weekend long, and I'm looking forward to being out there.
Going back to Mona Shores, it kind of reminds me of a few years ago when people didn't see Brady Rappoon from Saginaw Heritage, and he made a big statement at the showcase. This could be a good one for Trent Benedict at the showcase this weekend.
Yeah, and I was thinking of Cooper Black as well. Remember, Cooper Black from Alpena was a guy that came down there, and everybody was like, okay, this guy's totally legit. And I think we've seen that over the last couple of years. So no doubt about it. I think the people that need to know already know, and the people that don't know yet, they're going to find out. Mona Shores is legitimate, and certainly Trent Benedict is legitimate.
And another matchup that I'm looking forward to is Flint Powers and Warren DeOsel. We've talked up Flint Powers over the last few weeks, and a lot of people have been texting us saying, like, look out for Flint Powers. You got to add them to the bunch that could potentially win it in Division III this year.
Yeah, I mentioned that one, Johnny. I'm with you. You're talking about two of the best of D3. There are a lot of people out there that think that De La Salle is the team to beat right now in Division III. I think Gabriel Richard's going to have something to say about that. Flint Powers is going to have something to say about that. Of course, the defending champion Cranbrook's going to have something to say about that. But, you're talking about two of the best getting together, and I'm with you. I've seen Flint Powers with my own two eyes. It's a darn good club. Anybody that wants to sleep on them, you're making a big mistake.
All right, so Sean and I will be out there on Saturday. We're going to be doing next week's show from the Kennedy Ice Arena. It's going to be a far drive for me. It's only going to be a 5-minute drive, 1.8 miles. I already put it on my GPS. So I think the only concern I'm going to be having is trying to find a parking spot. But some people were already telling me, I thought they already gave you a parking spot down there in Trenton.
Yeah, you know what? It's about a 40-minute drive for me, John, but it's well worth it. You get to see great hockey out there, and I'm looking forward to seeing the great hockey and running into some old friends out there and meeting some new ones as well.
And don't forget to bring your beanies. If you haven't submitted the beanies, submit it. Like we said, we'll try to get the wheelbarrow, or you can, or maybe at Sully's, the restaurant upstairs at the rink, maybe they'll have like a box. So Ricky, Robin, if you're watching or listening to this right now, have a box ready, have a collection box ready, and have these teams just drop them in. I have a feeling we could have up to 10 more beanies this weekend, Sean.
Okay. That sounds great to me. I think it's cool. I just like showing off. I like showing off the gear. It's really cool that people got involved, and I like showing off the gear for everybody.
Just quickly, Sean, you want to talk about a game that's coming up on Wednesday night at Saginaw Heritage?
Yeah, I think it's great. This is something that is hit close to home for Saginaw Heritage, and they're having a cancer fundraiser out there for their game. It's busy time for Heritage because then they have to get out to Trenton as well, but something that hit close to home, and if you get an opportunity to go out there and support that, or at least be aware of it, that's fantastic. I think JJ Bamberger not only has done a fantastic job with the product on the ice, but he's done a great job off the ice as well. Really created a fantastic community out there, and John, the hockey community is one big community as well. So that's something we're going to be keeping an eye on, and hopefully get some footage of as well to show people next week.
And they'll be taking on Midland, and hopefully the snow can stay away just that night, and then, so they can play the game on Wednesday.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It's for a great cause, and it'll be a heck of a hockey game as well.
All right, so that's it for another edition of State Champs Hockey Time. We'll see you guys next week down in Trenton. So, Sean?
See you at the rink.
State Champs Hockey Time is presented by Lawrence Technological University. LTU offers over 24 varsity sports for men and women, along with several dozen world-class undergraduate programs. Athletic and academic scholarships are available in all sports. Visit LTUathletics.com and recruit yourself. Also presented by Alta Equipment Company, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider with over 40 brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time. Also brought to you by the Michigan High School Hockey Coaches Association. For all things Michigan High School hockey, go to the Hub, MIHSHockeyHub.com. The Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Detroit Medical Center, Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine. Do you have a sports injury, or are you just looking to take your game to the next level? Go where the pros go.
visit dmc.org/gamechangers. Warrior Hockey. And by High Sticks. Is your hockey team looking for new jerseys or apparel? Contact High Sticks at hystyx.com. They are ready to outfit your team in new jerseys and team apparel.